Assembly for the Kaiser M3i Indoor Bike. Begin by removing the M3i from its box and unwrapping the bike. Use caution when using a box cutter or other bladed tool to unwrap the M3i, as sharp tools can damage the bike seat and handlebars or scratch the frame. Assembly parts and tools. These are the tools needed to complete the assembly. Mounting the cycle to the base. Align the holes of the cycle with the studs of the base. The front of the cycle should face the wheels of the base. Insert a supplied washer on each of the 4 studs. Install a supplied acorn nut on each of the studs, and then hand tighten the acorn nuts. Torque the acorn nut to 45 Newton meters or 35 foot-pounds using a 16 millimeter or 5/8 inch crowfoot attached to a torque wrench. Installing the flywheel and hubcap. Place the shifter in a downward position. Slide the flywheel between the 2 magnets and over the hub. Align the holes of the flywheel with the holes of the hub. Once the flywheel is on, proceed to installing the hubcap. Hold the flywheel in position. Use a 5 millimeter Allen wrench and tighten the screws. Be sure the flywheel is flush against the face of the hub. Spin the flywheel to make sure it turns true and straight with no wobbling. Installing the flywheel guard. Remove the 2 Allen screws and washers from the base frame. Do not discard, as they will be used to mount the wheel guard. Place the open end of the flywheel guard over the mounting stud located on the frame of the cycle. Attach brackets on the end of the flywheel guard. Use the M61 by 45 hex head screw and nut and hand tighten. Tighten the brackets to the base frame with the 2 Allen screws and washers that you removed earlier. Do not fully tighten the bolts. Check to ensure there is enough clearance between the flywheel and the flywheel guard. Using the 2 10 millimeter wrenches and a 5 millimeter Allen wrench, tighten the bolt and screws to secure the flywheel guard, centered with the flywheel. Installing the pedals. Clean the threads of the pedals with a clean cloth. Apply a thin layer of the supplied Loctite 242 thread locking compound. Use a 15 millimeter open end wrench to install the pedals. Install the right pedal, marked R, on the crank by turning it clockwise. Tighten the pedals with a torque wrench including 4-inch extension and 15mm crowfoot. Torque the pedals to 45 Nm or 35 foot-pounds. Repeat these steps for the left pedal marked L, only turning it counterclockwise to tighten. Apply LPS number 3 to the left bottom bracket bearing and the clip-in portion of the pedals. Installing the computer. Use a number 2 Phillips screwdriver and remove the computer mounting screw from the handlebars tube. Coil the computer cable into the computer mount cavity. Slide the computer up into the 2 locking ears. Insert and secure computer with the screw previously removed using a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Assembling the handlebars. Remove screws from both sides of the sweat guard. Slide the guard cover on over the sweat guard and snap it into place. Secure cover with the screws previously removed. Do not over-tighten. Remove the 4 8mm Allen screws from the handlebars tube, located below the computer mount. Attach handlebar slide to handlebars tube with the 4 8mm screws previously removed. Use a 6mm Allen wrench to tighten the screws. There should be no gap between the handlebar slide and the handlebars tube. Disassemble the L-handle adjuster. Use a 5mm Allen wrench and remove the screw and washer to remove handle stud. Install handlebars on the handlebar slide. Fit the handlebar spacer into the handlebar slide. Attach the handlebar spacer to the slide by hand tightening the L-handle stud. Place L-handle onto the L-handle stud. The L-handle should point away from the cycle when the handlebars are tight. Install screw and washer to secure assembly. Loosen the L-handle. Slide handlebars back and forth, making sure it can move freely on the slide. Assemble the media tray. Slide the media tray between the top of the handlebars and apply force for a snug fit. This completes assembly for the Kaiser M3i Indoor Bike.